Yeah, Mr. Talk Reviews. We're back with another chapter of Undead Unluck. Now, if you love Undead Unluck, drop a like. And if you love Undead Unluck, say something in the comments. Now, let's get into this review. What is up? What is up? We are here with some Undead Unluck. Now we're here with a double chapter review. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a review out last week for chapter 222. But as always, if I miss a week, I'll be back with a double chapter review the next week. So let's just get straight into it. We got 2 chapters to cover, and to be honest, the end of the last chapter, 223. Ooh, some spicy stuff is happening. So let's get into this chapter review. So we're starting off with chapter 222 entitled Speedrun, and we're going to find out why exactly a speedrun is about to happen. So the chapter starts off telling us the date. It's October 31st. 2015, so it's Halloween. It's Halloween this is happening on, so some spooky stuff is about to happen, I guess. Fuko is finally introducing Andy officially to the union, the rest of the union. Andy comes in with a huge presence, as he's likely to do with his bombastic personality. But he's shocked when everyone is kind of quiet for his return, and we find out in a bit that he was expecting Fuko to already have used Remember, so everyone would already know who he is. But it turns out Fuko didn't actually do that yet. So Andy came in thinking he'd be like meeting some old friends, like he had some old drinking buddies coming in being like, hey, what's going on, you son of a gun? How you been, old fella? But everyone just like, who is this loudmouth guy? And it's interesting. Karuru calls Andy Fuko's boyfriend. I didn't know they had official titles like that. But yeah, I guess they are boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't know if they've ever actually said that themselves, but I guess they're kind of like that. They are kind of a couple. Andy has touched her in some inappropriate places, so he better be her boyfriend to be doing all that to her. And Shen's just like, I'd like to spar with him. And obviously, because the only moment they know of each other, Fuko mentions this, is when Andy came to help out with Sick. And yeah, she even says, they just know you as this guy who just came in butt naked and started being on Sick. So yeah, they don't have the greatest impression of Andy. Oh, it was a pretty good impression. He did help him out with a really tough opponent. And we're going to face Sick again, actually, now that the superior rules are loose. So I wonder if Andy's going to have the run back with Sick. One thing I also want to say about the union table, I don't think we've seen it in a while, but like the table, now that they've got new members, has actually got like raised platforms for the table. Like they're just hovering there, kind of. And it's pretty cool. I guess we didn't see the union with over 10 members in the previous loop, because I don't remember seeing like the hovering platform table type things, but it's pretty cool because yeah, I guess the table just can't keep expanding. It's got a limited amount of room, so instead of expanding on the x-axis, we're going up on the z-axis instead. And he makes a funny line and said he would have actually used Remember around Billy when they like elected Billy as a member of the union. And I guess it's because Billy was the leader of Under in the previous loop, so he's a tricky son of a gun. So we want everyone to know that what will happen if you try and make an offshoot kind of group. We all will come back together in the end, because like in case Billy was the same kind of personality he was in this loop, all you gotta do is use Remember so he knows, like, don't go down that path again, mate, because it's not gonna work out. It's better if you just stay on our side kind of thing. So anyway, now Gina chimes in, and I think this is kind of a move to like break the tension and whatever, and it's something that has to do. It's quite a symbolic scene about to happen right now. Gina basically says that Andy needs to be very grateful to her because as Fuko's best friend and her number 2, she's given up her seat to Andy so that he could be the number 2 of the union. And there's a cool like scene. I guess we didn't ever see this before as well, how the like union seat transfers. It's just like he sits down and starts glowing. It's the number 2 on the table starts glowing. It's a really simple thing, but it's a cool thing to see. And also his unbreakable katana's there, and I don't know where it comes out of. Does it come out of the table glowing? Because Gina shows the seat in one panel and it's not there. And then when he's sitting down, like you can see it right next to him. Like, where did it come from? It just appeared out of nowhere. There is a small panel showing Andy looking at someone and they're waving back. I can't tell if that's Haruka, but yeah, that brings up my question I always have with this unbreakable ability. Can't she just spawn unbreakable stuff out of nowhere, or does she have to create the thing and then do some mechanics to make it unbreakable? I really want to know because this kind of seems like it spawned out of nowhere. He also doesn't have it on him when he's walking in with Fuko. So yeah, someone needs to explain this unbreakable to me. How does it work? Everyone is shocked by where Andy sheaths his sword right within his body. Now Apocalypse chimes in. He's always trying to break up the mood, but we all know Apocalypse is probably. I feel like Apocalypse is gonna be like an ally. He's gonna do something at the end and help everyone out. Apocalypse even calls Andy a rookie, and he knows Andy's not a rookie. He's just trying to joke around with him, kind of be a bit jovial, you know. When you're talking shit to your friends, Apocalypse is that kind of friend, the one that's always talking shit, but you know he the homie for real. And we got a clean sheet with all these quests. The Union under Fuko is performing way better than the last loop, way better than Juiz ever did it. Fuko's a real leader. So the capture of Uma Burn was a quest, and Injin, Teller, and Creed were the ones who participated in that quest. And it makes sense. Unburn against Uma Burn, that's a pretty simple matchup. It probably wasn't even too bad. Yeah, and you got Creed there with Undercrease, you got some heavy firepower, and then you neutralize Burn with Unburn, and Teller for communications with it. Yeah, that was probably a well-organized strike team against Burn. Capture of Uma Summer. See, Summer's one we know of. You just play a kind of game with him. Phil, Void, Yusai. Yeah, I can see them beating Summer pretty quickly. I can't remember what kind of games did you play again. I can't really remember, but especially with Shen, Untruth. Yeah, defo not gonna be easy for Summer to take care of that team. Neutralization of Uma Beast, we saw that one. Fuko top Ishin. Neutralization of Uma Language, successful. Participants Nico, Ichiko, and Fang, we saw that. And we get the addition of 4 seats. And yeah, there's more floaty platforms added, so that's how the seats are added when it's, I think it must be over 10, probably over 12. Like the circle's probably 12, like for a clock, I'm assuming, but it could be different. Even Andy says he's impressed. All the quests are complete. We got so many seats in the Union. It's going good. It's going good for us. Apocalypse is back talking shit. He's saying shit ain't gonna be sweet anymore for you now. The superior rules are out, and you got 3 months to sort your shit out. Make your affairs, because it's all wraps for you because these dogs are out now. He's also saying because we don't have Unjustice, that it's going to be really difficult to handle them since Unjustice was keeping them at bay for so many loops beforehand. So Fuko and that basically essentially have 3 months for Julia to manifest Unjustice, but they're not sure how it's going to manifest. I think it may be something to do with Victor, but Julia doesn't really have a relationship to Victor, so we don't know if Victor came out, like Andy let Victor take over and like be around Julia, that whatever tragedy that's needed to happen will happen. And that's got me thinking now, actually, what was the tragedy for Juiz to unlock Unjustice? Because she was one of the first negators, and this is something going back to what Luna was saying, first like generations of negators. I feel like the first like generation of negators were just given their abilities, like Andy, Undead, well Victor, Undead, and Juiz, Unjustice. They're the only 2 we know that would be under the first generation category that I'm thinking of, because they technically are there from like the start of the world kind of thing. How are they gonna have tragedy so soon? But maybe just their birth is the tragedy. Go dark with it. Another thing to think about is maybe if they reuse Remember, maybe Unjustice would manifest, but Hugo already says that Julia would just gain Jui's prowess in combat, but Unjustice won't necessarily manifest. So she'd know how to use it really well, but she just won't have the tool. So it's like having a great swordsmaster without a sword. Just like in JJK, actually, that Katana guy just showed up. Great swordsmaster, but can't do shit without a sword. Now we get into some reasoning as to why Fuko hasn't used Remember. And she said she would use Remember So I think she eventually will, but I think for now she's just not doing it. She's talking about Victor's wish was that Louise was to forget who she was and just continue on with a normal life without being a negator. She's saying if she remember her memories as Louise would come back, and she definitely want to fight even if she didn't have remember. So that would kind of go against Victor's wishes, even though it's already going against his wishes. She might not be a negator now, but she is still a part of the Union fighting. So just use remember Fugo is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, Andy gives Fuko some confidence, saying that just telling us stop being a downer. Just because we don't have injustice doesn't mean we can't actually fight these master rules. Like, what was the point in gathering all these union members up? If it was just injustice you needed, just find Julia and force the manifestation some way. We've got a whole team here, stronger than ever. We got soul enhanceability now. We can do some shit. We can do some shit without injustice. Julia also chimes in and says everyone's here because we want to fight with you. And she says that give some time for maybe injustice will manifest within these 3 months. If not, then we'll use remember and then we'll get even more powerful and we'll still fight beside you. And so yeah, Fuko's raring to go. Is about to give all the commands to everyone. But suddenly her alarm goes off, and she's like, "Oh damn! Oh, my bad. I must have set an alarm. So embarrassing." But then it keeps going off, and it keeps going off, and it keeps going off, and something really strange is happening. Nico checks his phone, and the time and date on the phone is going up like a really rapid counter. And then Apocalypse chimes in, and 3 months has been skipped, and we get this panel of Apocalypse, and he is looking crazy. I'm pretty sure he didn't look like this in the previous loop, but he's looking crazy. He can get crazy looking, but he's turned black. He's got like Renegon eyes. He's got 2 split tongues. His teeth are like all jagged out. He's been like he's been steroided up. He's been like souped up heavy. And this is where the title of the chapter comes in. We are on a speed run. All the quests are open. So the Union have no prep time, no injustice. We gotta get into this right now. We gotta face off the superior rules right now, and that's where we head off into chapter 223, and this one is entitled Ragnarok. Ragnarok. Why is it called Ragnarok? Isn't Ragnarok supposed to happen after we fail all these quests? Well, we're about to find out. All the quests are open, and of course, Fugo's confused. What? It's only been two. It's been like 2 minutes and then not 3 months. What's going on? And Andy's like time manipulation, and he's like, I'm pretty sure I know who's causing this. And yeah, it is most likely that number 7 seat master rule. Here they theorize that he might be Uma Time, which is interesting to me because I was thinking he could be Uma Time, but back in I can't remember the chapter, but quite a long time ago, like when we first like got mention of Uma language, there was also a Uma Pass mention, and I was like, maybe he could be Uma Pass, but he did the time manipulation, so it could be Uma Pass or Uma Time. And it looks like he's Uma Time, so there is a separate Uma Pass, and I wonder what is the difference between them. Or maybe it's just a translation thing. Maybe it was meant to be passed in that chapter ages ago. Maybe it was meant to be time. But yeah, so Uma Time could be the reason as to why the time skipped so much. Fuko was saying about she should have thought of this. They were able to cheat the system using some time skips as well, taking some penalties in order to travel through time. Should have thought, what if the Umas tried to do that as well? But Andy, of course, trying to look on the positive side of things as well. Again, look how afraid they are of us. They want to make sure injustice doesn't manifest, so they're using this time manipulation ability to get at us quickly whilst our guard is down, basically. And another interesting thing Fuko mentions is that even the quest could tell us the location of the sacred treasures, like what was it, the heart, the Aegis shield, and thing what's his name, Victor used the rage thing to like shoot that as well, but they won't have any time to search for it. But then suddenly Apocalypse, that another month has passed. They failed the quest basically. So Ragnarok is here. What's going on? What's going on? Why is Zuma Time doing this? You might wonder. And it's pretty insane of him. That's like pretty insane. Actually, we kind of got a scope of that with Uma language. I think she did say she would be able to like spread her language negation ability across the whole Earth. So it is feasible that Uma Time would be able to do this kind of wide range time manipulation to just skip months. But the thing with time manipulation for me is like I always consider it like the most technically it'd be the most like powerful ability, like not just like its ability, but like energy wise, because to manipulate time, you would technically need to manipulate time across the entire universe, not just within the like if you could do a localized like stop everyone moving, but if you're actually skipping months, you're like affecting the entire universe. Time is a part of the entire universe, so I take an extraordinary amount of energy. But that's not important for what we're talking about. We're talking about Undead Unluck, but that's a weird thing I always thought about. So now we go over to the moon where Luna is, and Soul is there, and he's like, "Yo, what's going on? Why won't you let us do nothing? Like all this time skipping is happening, and you're not letting us do nothing." So it might not actually be Uma Time doing this. So that goes back to what I was saying about how time manipulation is so strong. If it's actually Luna doing this, that is even more plausible. So Luna doesn't really answer Soul. She just says, "What do you expect after being detained by undead for so long?" And she tells him to go return and be a part of him. So is creating this Soul Blade and is about to attack Luna, but she actually acts up herself. And this is the first time we're seeing Luna do something of anything really. And she has this wicked, evil smile on her face. She says it, she'd find it way more amusing. You'd find it way more amusing for Soul to go back and be a part of a Sun, basically, because that's what we're gonna see about to happen. So all the other superior rules, they were on the Earth, but now Nico's like informing Fuko, like from the places we saw them land, now there's enough for Pillar of Light going back up to the Sun. And what's happening is the superior rules are merging back with Sun, and we just get Luna doing a little monologue saying the time has finally come and that the Union has done well, and that's why she wants them to fight Sun at his full strength. So I guess Sun isn't really at his full strength. He is the creator of the Uma, so I guess they are a part of him. I think I theorized like something like that. Like where are the Umas actually? Are they actually a part of Sun and he just like relinquishes a part of himself to make a new one kind of thing. So I wonder if he can amalgamate all of the Umas to make him even stronger. I wonder if that's what's actually happened already. And Luna just has this, like I said, a wicked evil smile on her face that she wants the Union to show her the true value of rules unknown to her. I'm really confused about questions and like the whole motivation between Sun and Luna right now. I'll get more into it at the end of the chapter, but they're confusing me. Well, anyway, Fuko just freaking freaks out. I don't even know what kind of emotion she's conveying because it looks like she has a smile on her. I think she's just gone completely delirious crazy. She's crying, she's like slobbering a bit. Andy's just holding her with like a nonchalant face going on. It's kind of they are like kind of like an old married couple. The wife is just like overreacting about something, and the husband's just like, "Okay, honey, calm down, calm down." Even Apocalypse is kind of like, what's going on? It's kind of weird to see him like he's got his whole like weird new design going on, and he's just like, "Oh, okay, oh, this is new, okay." But like everyone else in the union, like Gina seems to be like she's just smiling. And like that's my best friend. She's just overreacting, and I think like everyone's just like kind of like Apocalypse, just like, "Hey, boss, you all right?" But yeah, I think she's okay. I think she just needed to like. Sometimes you just need to let her like scream out the visceral, like when everything's just going wrong, like thing after thing is going wrong, and you just gotta be like, ah. You just gotta let it out real quick, and I think that's just what Fuko needed to do. And Andy again is chiming in and is just like, yeah, this is how freaked out they are. So scared they gotta bust out these secret little tricks. We ain't seen this 100 loops. We ain't never seen nothing like this. So we must be really scaring them right now. That's what he's saying basically. And it's all because of her and the Foundation's Unjustice like built for them. Because to be honest, I was saying Fugo's the real boss, but without Juiz trying to find Fugo, technically trying to find the right solution, and she finally found Fugo, even though she was gonna kill her at first. That's the whole reason they're there. And now the battle is about to start because Sun launches off a huge beam attack, probably like a concentrated sun beam, supernova, whatever you want to call it, attack. I don't know if it's soul energy, maybe. Kind of looks like it. Yeah, it's time to battle, and it is the final battle of Ragnarok. We got someone blocking it here. What? Who is blocking that? Is that Chikara using unmove? Wait, Nah, Chikara is still blind at the moment. Speaking of Chikara, I got something to say about Chikara afterwards. Someone is using a move to like pretty much protect most of the Union. Is it Tatiana using Untouchable? Maybe it's Latla with an Untrust? But there is something stopping the beam from attacking everyone at the moment here. I really can't tell what it is. What is causing this separation? But yeah, this is where the chapter ends off. Someone tell me in the comments who's causing the attack not to go through. Now I just want to talk about first I'll talk about that Chikra thing that I wanted, just a quick thing. It was probably in chapter 222. Billy said he has a nice heartbeat. Talking to Andy, I don't know how you can tell someone's personality by their heartbeat. I feel like Andy's heartbeat would be pretty irregular since he's undead. Or maybe not. It's just a regular heartbeat of a, I guess, I'm assuming Andy's in his 30s. Yeah, the fact that he can hear his heartbeat, like I was saying before with Chikara, he's gonna have a power up because he's gonna have that sonar vision like Billy does. And if he can hear the heartbeat, I thought about this before. If he can hear the heartbeat, what if he can isolate it and say he's seeing his heart, like just the heart beating, and use unmove just to stop someone's heart? That would be a pretty insane insta kill ability. Should be feasible because if Billy can see through his ears by hearing, and he can hear a heartbeat, just isolates and just imagines the heart, and Chikara uses unmovability, I'm pretty sure he can do an insta kill stop heart kind of thing. I just wanted to say that that'd be a pretty cool ability. And the next thing I want to touch on is Luna's evil. What? Is Luna's basically evil? Like we thought this was like the nice person kinda on our side. I always kind of thought that there should be some kind of twist that I think it was during the language and Shen fight language and Feng and the Union fight that I said, what if there's a twist of Luna being evil, she's the real final enemy, and she kinda is. So if they beat Sun, are they now gonna have to fight Luna as well? And I was talking about I think in my last chapter review, this would be like a 300 chapter manga, but we're in the final fight right now. How long is this fight gonna last? Is it gonna be like 30 chapter fight? Is it gonna be, are the superior rules gonna come back out and we're gonna have to fight them? Sol was trying to fight Luna. I don't think they're technically on each other's sides. Is it gonna be a battle royale situation? What is gonna happen? Like, is the manga ending soon? Is it? It might do. We're in the final battle. This should be the final battle. This is probably the penultimate battle because we gotta have to fight Luna. How will this manga end? I'm so interested. But yeah, Luna finally showing her true colors. Soul said something about like from the beginning, you, and then he said in that case. Is he like in that case? Fuck it. I'm just gonna succumb to this, or I don't know what else in that case could mean. I feel like maybe this will be a way to beat Sun. Like Soul's gonna do something whilst he's a part of him. It seems like Luna is overwhelmingly powerful because Soul's the most powerful master rule, and it looks like Luna was able to finish him pretty quick. It could just be a matchup issue kind of thing because Luna did make Soul, so she kind of probably has domain over him. It's really interesting turn of events going on. I did say like maybe there'd be one more twist, and this is a pretty big twist. And you know, another player in this that I want to see, I feel like is gonna have an important role is Uma Move. I feel like Uma Move does whatever he wants. He's like pretty like has a pretty fickle nature, helping out the Union and stuff. So I feel like he'll be important as well. But yeah, that's all I really got for this double chapter review. Got the review hat back on as well. This is my review hat if y'all didn't know. So I just can't wear it sometimes because the hairstyles I got going on. I was rocking the afro for a little bit and the hair in my bun, so I couldn't wear the review hat for a couple of chapters, I think. Yeah, the review hat is back on. This wasn't a live reaction. I already read the chapters beforehand. Couldn't wait to read a chapter. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.